Hey peeps, what's going on? It's Josh. I want to make a note from the universe for today. It's not actually today's note from the universe, but it was interesting to me, and I was like, I definitely want to talk about that one. And so, yeah, that's what we're doing. It's from, in case you get them in your email, which if you don't, why not? It's like a daily inspiration and it's free, so why wouldn't you just go ahead and go over to tut.com, which is TUT.com, and you can sign up for the Notes from the Universe, and they're free. And he doesn't send you a lot of annoying emails, like, about other stuff. You just get the notes, and it's really, it makes me completely unnecessary in many ways. In some ways? In a way? I don't know. But, it would be really dope if you guys got it, because yeah. I don't always make videos, so. And you probably need inspiration daily, or I would imagine you would. Alright, moving on. I'm rambling. This is the note from the universe for September 17th. And it goes a little something like this. Not events, peeps, but outcomes. Visualize outcomes. Not the cracking of the bat, but gliding over home plate. Not the inkling of deal. Nope. That's not what it says. Okay. Not the inking of deals, but the kind of life you'll lead. Not the scale, the diet, or the food, but the admiration you have earned. And not the whens, the wheres, the whos, or the hows, but the laughter, high fives, and wows. Not events, peeps, but outcomes. Visualize outcomes. Seeing you happy. Events are my specialty, peeps. Trust me. And this made me think because all along, all along my life, I've kind of followed. Not all along my life. That's a gross overstatement. Throughout my life, at times, I followed kind of something that usually resembled like the Notes from the Universe. I've always been into self-help or inspirational stuff. Ever since I was a kid, my grandmother started putting self-help books in my hand and saying, read these, you're going to need them someday. Which is, she didn't say you're going to need them someday, but she did put them in my hand and tell me to read them. I've always followed inspirational stuff, and that doesn't mean that I'm not a big dummy when it comes to trying to figure out what I want in life. I'm very guilty of visualizing events and thinking that I can somehow control the cursed hows, and you can't. You can't plan your life. Yes, Caitlin, I'm quoting you. The reason for that is because when you try to plan your life, God, the universe, Providence, whatever you want to name it, laughs. And there are other people that will try and control your cursed hows. And the universe or God or Providence, whatever you call it, is going to laugh at them as well. Because nobody can control how you're going to get to what you're manifesting. And it's dangerous to try. I think it's kind of interesting that I have a hard time with this. No matter how many times I make these videos, you would think. How long have I been making these videos, peeps? You would think I might be able to get it together enough to figure out that visualizing is the biggest tool that we can use, and that, I don't know, like, I don't know, like, I've been through a lot of stuff in my lifetime, and I'm not saying that in a victim way. I'm saying like I've done a lot, and I've been through a lot, and I've seen a lot, and I'm getting ready to turn 35 on the 21st, which technically is tomorrow. Since it's after midnight, it's technically the 20th. And it's so completely true that whenever I think I know what's best, it's so not. And whenever I think that something can't work, or that it shouldn't work, or whatever, it does. And I'm like, okay, so clearly I'm not manifesting what I'm thinking when I'm thinking about the cursed house. It just doesn't work. Have you ever, I don't know, have you ever seen something or seen a preview for a movie and been like, oh, I'm going to hate that. No, I don't want to eat that. Or that looks like an awful drink. Or that car is hideous. Or something like that. And then maybe you see it not necessarily through someone else's eyes, but you take a closer look. Or you experience it. Or you're forced to ride in that car because Uber is a thing. I don't know. But basically, sometimes, and this is just my opinion, but sometimes I think that we get negative emotions confused with strong emotions, and it scares us because I myself have had experiences in the past where I've had a strong reaction to something or someone, or even a song or something like that, and then I just assume it's bad because it's strong, or maybe because it's overwhelming. I assume that it's going to be a bad thing because it doesn't feel good to be overwhelmed necessarily unless you embrace it. It's kind of like in Harry Potter, disapparating. When you're resisting it, like, you can like splinch yourself. But if you go with it and you step into it, you can have a natural grace about life. And when you move forward with the intention of, okay, I have a strong feeling about this. No, thank you. I'm vlogging. Good night. I've got him. Thank you. He's sleeping. I'm not re-recording. I'm not going to do it. Nope. Because I was on a roll and everything that I said was the way that I wanted to say it, so I'm not re-recording. But I lost my train of thought. I know Marvy. Marvy snored. Oh, then he opens his eyes when I mock him. He's like, fuck, who are you making fun of? You annoying. I lost my train of thought. That's probably a good thing, because I was probably rambling. At any rate, whenever I've had strong emotions about something, and yeah, that's where I was, I think. And if I wasn't, you're gonna hear it again, I guess. Sorry. Not sorry. Hashtag life. The important thing for me is not rejecting a strong emotion, because a lot of times in moments where you're most afraid, which for me, strong emotions often scare me, because I'm like, what? I mean, that's a lot of emotion. I wasn't quite prepared for that. I don't even think my plate's big enough to hold all that. And, okay, so I used a food reference. Whatever. That strong emotion oftentimes comes before a breakthrough. You're oftentimes most afraid before you actually get what you're manifesting. And so essentially, don't stop just because you feel afraid. Don't stop just because you feel a strong emotion. Keep yourself open to life. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm struggling because I keep fucking with the cursed house. And it's just bad. And, but this made me think, yes, okay. So, like, this whole time I've been doing low carb, and I may still do low carb, but I may not, because I may not need to, because I don't know if that has to be the way that I lose weight, or anything like that, or if maybe getting happy will make me want to lose weight and will kind of regulate me in some way. Again, I'm not positive, but I'm just kind of looking at things with I don't need to know exactly every step that I have to take. I think it was Martin Luther King that said, take one step in faith. I botched that because I don't remember the exact quote. But essentially, you can cross the entire United States just by being able to see only, the few feet in front of you that your car lights can illuminate for you. And that tells me that you don't have to obsess about every step of the way. You just need the outcome. And visualizing is incredibly important. And I don't do it enough. So I thought maybe you guys don't do it enough either. And maybe if I talk about it, maybe it'll make you think about it. And I know talking about it makes me think about it. And then when I think about it, I usually end up doing it because life. Because yes. And the events that are thrown, see, I'm an introvert. So the events that I'm thrown into a lot of times cause me anxiety. And anxiety is kind of like, well, I'm an introvert, but I play an extrovert on TV. When you're at a write-in with me, you're probably not going to think I'm an introvert. But introverts aren't based on their actions usually. An introvert can actually be the person laughing and cracking jokes. But then they've got to go home and take a nap for a few hours because they're completely drained. That's me. And so being an introvert, a lot of times not knowing what's coming, not thinking about the cursed hows, not thinking about where I'm going to be and who I'm going to see and how we're going to behave and blah, 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 not thinking about that causes me anxiety. But, again, anxiety is a strong emotion. Strong emotions are not all necessarily bad. Sometimes you feel a strong emotion before something huge happens. And that's the point that I think I was trying to make, is that I think I need to let go and let Pug. Nope, he's sleeping. He's not thinking about the cursed hows. He's visualizing. Because I'm getting ready to start a new chapter of my life, and it's scary. I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know how things are going to work, but I've been holding on to everything's going to be okay. I'm going to end up happy. I'm going to end up with people that I love in my home, in a home where I can comfortably invite them over and have fun. And I'm going to be happy. And I'm going to still be loved. And I'm not going to be alone. And because that's one of my biggest fears, is being alone. Being, not that I can't be alone, but being without people. Because people are important to me. Family is important to me, and I've built a family here in Michigan, and that feels really nice. And not only do I want to expand it, but I also want to show the people in my life that they're important to me in ways that I couldn't in this current situation. And so I'm excited to do that. I'm excited about that outcome. I'm excited about happiness and laughter and decorating my new place, whatever it ends up being. And seeing Marvy run around my new home, and knowing that only I can control my happiness, because I've handed over the reins for far too long, and it didn't work for me. And so now I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try listening to the universe, and I'm going to try letting the universe throw events at me and just go with it with a natural grace of disapparition. I'm going to step into it. I'm not going to run from the world anymore, and I'm not going to run from who I can be and what I can be, and I changed my name to Josh on Facebook. Because I'm not running from it, I'm stepping into it. And it was a scary thing, but it was a thing that I did, and I'm proud of it. And it was a thing that not everybody's going to understand and not everybody has to. And it was a thing that my own mom is probably going to give me crap for. And I don't care because it makes me happy, and happiness is the outcome. How I get there is not the outcome. Although, I do plan on enjoying the journey. Whole lot of quotes in there from people that I love. And, yeah. So, I hope that this all made sense. And if it didn't, I'm sorry. And I'm always rambly, so you guys should already know that by now. But wherever... One second. Wherever you are, I hope that you're happy and safe and warm and content. And I hope that you're visualizing about the outcome, not the cursed house. And I hope you know that I appreciate you. And I appreciate the fact that you took a part of your day to spend with me. And you guys are amazing, and I love you all very, very much. And I mean that. So, yeah. That's all I have. Much love. Peep out.